Yeah, so today we are doing a little training out here with a burn that was done on Monday. So we're just getting together and going through a scene as one unit, as a team, to see if we can figure out how this fire started and where it started. Fire was started on Monday. We let it sit 2 days. It's now Wednesday morning, and we're just now getting into it so we can determine the origin and cause of the fire. So the first step we do when we get here is we do a walk around of the structure and a walk through of the structure to look for any safety concerns, and then we start working from exterior. I typically start my investigations on the north side of the structure and document west, south, and east. Anything that's pertinent to the investigation on the outside of the structure, we'll document that in photographs. And then we go inside the structure, working from the area of the least amount of damage to the greatest amount of damage. The deputies are assessing the fire scene, going through with the PID, checking for any gases or anything that might hurt us or things that we can't be around, looking for any safety concerns, and documenting with photographs.
So in the process, we'll document the scene inside, and then each item that we remove, we take a picture of that first, and then we remove it to be able to see any patterns behind those items, beside them, because it'll give you a good idea of, even on the desk over there, it'll show that it burned from the left side of the desk where the right side had no burn. And so it was really nice to be able to see those kind of patterns, where before we had kind of an inkling where it started, but after being able to see those patterns, it's able to kind of concrete everything together and say, okay, we are looking in the right direction, and we're still on the right path as far as looking to see where it started. So now that we have everything out, we've documented everything, we've looked at the wiring, we've looked at the inside of the room, we've taken pictures of that, we're going to take all those items and put them back inside the room where they were that we've already documented, so then we can recreate exactly what was in place in that room prior to fire and during fire, because then it's going to give us, those items are going to cover up certain areas, and we're going to be able to see how that fire traveled. After we get back to the office, we're taking all the pictures on scene, so we're going to be able to get back to the office, download all those to our computer, and we're able to look at them, more in focus on a bigger screen, things like that. And you're kind of able to do that. We've looked at it in real life, and now we're able to really zoom in on those pictures and say, oh, okay, I didn't see that. I may have saw it, but now I'm able to really look at this item and zoom in, things like that. And so we're looking at all the what, where, why, what happened in this room, and what were the possibilities of ignition sources and things like that. Like, why am I seeing this pattern over here versus not over here?
Fire investigation is a scientific profession, so it's important for us not only to be gaining experience in the field and ensuring that we get the right conclusions on every fire out in the field, but we want to make sure that we're testing ourselves and training to the highest ability that we can. So we do get together and do training burns, and that includes both working on setting fires and ensuring we understand correctly how fires work and spread throughout structures, but also the investigation side on the back end and making sure that we are making the correct assumptions and conclusions on our fires.